Any day. What's up? Rick Paulton, Ryan Inman. No, that way. Live. For real this time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, 2 weeks, huh? We were trying to get on to do a couple quick reviews and just time didn't work out. But we had seen a couple movies. We're going to talk about those tonight. But one of the main reasons why time did not work out, what's up, Josh? JP in the house, is because we were working at a convention for like the first time ever, officially working. The last time we were there as guests, we did a live version of the podcast, and we had a booth at the last convention. But this one we were volunteers. That was at the EErie Culture Con. Was that your first volunteer experience at a convention?
At a convention, yes, but overall, no. I've volunteered before, but not to help celebrities out, more to help the less fortunate out. So it's a little different this time.
Yeah, it was definitely an experience. Never done that before. It was kind of cool.
I had a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
So then both people that we ended up with turned out to be really cool. So
hey, what's up, Bethany? Bethany from the Morgan Crypt Horror Con in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh
yeah. I was.
Before we get into that,
yeah, okay. What do you got there?
Grapefruit LaCroix.
Grapefruit LaCroix. Nothing wrong with that. I got the Pepsi. Did I lose my?
See, I'm going.
Oh no,
I'm going zero sugar myself, but I go to sparkling water route. I can't do the diet soda.
Yeah, those are pretty good. I just never think to buy them.
See, I can't stand the actual grapefruit, but I really enjoy grapefruit flavored stuff like sparkling water.
Like me with coffee. Don't like coffee, but I love tiramisu.
Oh, you got the
coffee,
the koozie too.
Yeah, I just put it on because I wanted to be like you.
I don't recommend that. The podcast I do, just being like me, I don't.
Yeah, you were representing them at the con one of the days. I seen you rocking your Bloody Essentials t-shirt.
Maybe a couple times.
Yeah, and you were hanging out with J.S. Gilbert, who was a voice actor. You know, he just went home like yesterday.
Yeah, I do.
I was like, dude, you should have told us. We could have did something.
Yeah.
Because he posted a picture of downtown Cleveland empty as hell, and he said something like, "If Cleveland used to rock, it doesn't anymore." And I'm like, that's because you don't know where to go, dude. You should have hit me up. I could have took you somewhere. We could have had fun.
I was gonna meet back up with him, but I don't live right by the city. I'm far out.
Yeah. You're a little bit further.
And I already took those 3 days off of not working to volunteer.
I know.
Gotta catch up.
Right. Yeah, so I did end up taking Leslie Hoffman from Nightmare on Elm Street. I took her out.
Yeah.
And we went and seen the house where Superman was. Zigzag in the house. What's up, Ziggy? We've seen the house where Superman was born, both Siegel and Schuster's house. And about 3 minutes from there is the house where Wes Craven was born. The house is no longer there. Empty field.
The field where he was born.
The field, yes. So I took Leslie by the field, and I said, here's where Wes was born, and, took her through Wes's old neighborhood, which It's not the worst neighborhood in the world. I've been in worse neighborhoods. It's not.
Where is it?
Great. He lives on. He grew up on 89th and Huff.
Oh, that's not a good neighborhood.
It's not as bad as you think, though.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like East Cleveland bad. It's like 98th and Madison bad if you're a West End.
That ain't nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not so bad. There's bad
not like
things that happen,
it's
but
not like Kinsman.
no, it's not like Kinsman or Buckeye or any of those places.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty cool. And then also right down the street from there is League Park, where the Indians used to play. They won the 1920 World Series there. Babe Ruth hit his 500th bomb there. So a lot of cool history happened there. So I took them through there. Christmas Story House, seen that. I was with Randy Caulfield, who wrote Jingle All the Way. He came ride with us too. He heeled in on our trip. So
little fella.
Yeah, he is. He reminds me of a cartoon character, but I just can't picture which one.
I didn't talk to him much, but he seemed really nice. So
he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. Got this from the Mighty Ducks. Got all the Mighty Ducks to sign a Ryan Inman original hockey mask.
That's so funny.
Because Ryan, I got a better part 3 from Ryan, a more movie accurate one from the movie mold. So since I had this one and I'm gonna, on the wall put the other one, I was like, I didn't really have nothing for them to sign, but they were such great people. I'm not a fan of the movie. I'm not a fan of the movie. So I wanted to have something to commemorate the weekend by. Oh, and then I got this too. This is really cool. A customized pop from Leslie.
Yeah.
It's her as the hall monitor, and she made sure that her sleeves are accurate. See, they're red because in part 1, Freddie did not have stripes on the sleeves, and most people don't know that.
Yeah, it was just striped on the body.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. It's a really cool custom Funko that she had, and yes, I got that from her. I think that's the only thing I got there because I was poor, didn't spend a lot of money. I mean, I spent money. We went out a couple times out to eat and stuff.
You have a signed 8x10 from J.S. Gilbert.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he gave me that to give to you.
Did we meet Strawberry Shortcake? We absolutely did.
Oh yeah,
meet Strawberry Shortcake, and she had the biggest following of the whole thing.
She did. She made the most money for show.
Guaranteed. And when I went to do Leslie's panel, because there wasn't a big turnout at this event, to be honest, and there was not a lot of people. Some of the panels had no people, so we just canceled them. But I ran up because Leslie was adamant, if one person's up there to talk to me, I want to see him. So I ran up to where the panels were 2-3 floors away, and there was 3 people waiting outside the panel room to get in. Most of them, or two out of the 3 people, were actually there for Strawberry Shortcake's panel that was happening an hour later. Mm-hmm. But it turned out okay because they really knew their horror stuff too. And then I found 3 random horror cosplayers and brought them up with me. So I had like 7 people. Didn't need a microphone. It was really cool. All kinds of commentary.
See, no one even told me about that. They told me that whole thing got canceled, so I never even got an opportunity to go. And
then it didn't. And it was like a last minute thing, and I'm like working the thing, so I had to do it quick. But did y'all see In a Violent Nature on Hulu? Kind of tried to copy. We have seen that. We actually reviewed. Did we review In a Violent Nature? Yes, we did. Yeah. And you can check that out in the archives. We got thoughts about it. We had thoughts about it. Yeah, we had both extremely positive and extremely negative thoughts.
One of the best kills of all time, and one of the most boring movies of all time.
Yeah, and it looked beautiful. It looked beautiful. It was. It's a rough one, man. I ended up watching it, and I cut out a lot of the walking parts just with the fast forward button, and it was a far better movie, and it was like a half hour long. Jason Jackson says, "What's up, buddy? What's up, man? How you doing?" And JP says, "What's up, Jason?" All right. So any other thoughts on the con that you can talk about on air?
Yeah. Well, I can talk about anything on the air.
You choose to talk about.
Yeah. I was with J.S. Gilbert for the whole weekend, and he couldn't have been better.
And J.S. Gilbert, for those that don't know, was the voice of Twisted Metal, Sweet Tooth, among many, many others.
1,000. He's done 1,000 things. It's just a lot of times voice guys or girls or people don't get credit, especially if it's a voice he calls a replacement voice.
Yeah,
you never get credit.
Yeah, he was in Spawn, comic book.
Many things.
Was he Luthor? He was Lex Luthor in something.
Yeah. The dude was like a man of 1,000 voices and 1,000 impressions, and just was. He didn't need somebody at his table to like run the table and do that. He needed a babysitter.
Yeah, because he was off the wall a little bit. He would linger into our area and just shout craziness.
I think Zach knew that I was the right person to put with him because I'm very extroverted myself. You wouldn't want to put a really shy person with him for the whole weekend. They would have been driven crazy. But so was I, but in a good way, man. The dude knows he knows a lot about a lot of stuff, and he knows a little about everything.
Yeah,
very intelligent guy too. I really, really enjoyed.
He took me out to dinner the first night when we were setting up. I was going to take him, and he bullied me and grabbed the check before I could get it.
He tried to bully me into having him take me at the end of Sunday, but I had a prior obligation I had to do, and unfortunately I wasn't able to. But definitely, I planned to.
Great, dude. He bought like $200 worth of hamburgers.
Yeah, for everybody,
Yeah, and he was like, "Your mission is to go get rid of these hamburgers." He handed me a sack of burgers and like Five Guys burgers, not McDonald's burgers.
I planned to see San Francisco one day, and he just like definitely looked me up and
we'll
catch a Warriors game or Giants game.
Basketball fan.
Oh yeah.
I was placed with Aaron Schwartz from the Mighty Ducks. He was and heavyweights, Mighty Ducks and heavyweights. He was Carp in the Mighty Ducks, and heavyweights. He was the main character, which I just watched it because all the people coming through his line and talking about. I know none of this stuff's sports stuff, but all the people that were talking about heavyweights and how cool it was and everything. It's on Disney Plus. I gotta watch it, and I watched it. It was a cute movie. It was kind of fun. The kid would like it. Not Ricky. Ricky wouldn't like it. People aren't getting slayed in it, so he don't have time for it.
Any young people that struggled with weight could probably really relate to that movie, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My wife sees him in the movie. She goes, "No way, is that the same guy?" I said, 100%.
Oh yeah, the dude looks like a fucking model now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's a very, very, very good-looking individual.
I don't like standing next to him because he doesn't need to look any better. And standing next to me, he's gonna look better than he already does.
Yeah.
He doesn't need a wingman.
And the crazy part is he's our age.
Yeah.
I was telling my wife, this is what I'm supposed to look like.
Yeah. or we are what he's supposed to look like.
Maybe that's a better way to look at it.
That's the glass half full strategy.
He really is.
So.
When I met him at the airport, it was like light was coming off of him and shit.
Yeah, I spent a little time with him on Friday, and I really enjoyed my conversation with him. He seems pretty down to earth, man.
Yeah, he's definitely really cool.
Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah.
He was not the top of the list of the people I met over the weekend, but he's close to it.
Right on.
JS is A1.
Yeah, he's awesome. And Strawberry Shortcake, she had some pink Doc Martens.
Yeah, she did.
Pretty sweet, huh?
See, and JS and myself, I say we, not we, you and I, JS and myself, our table was right across from hers.
Mm-hmm.
So we saw the line she had all day, every day. Where you were was kind of around the corner, but that was pretty cool.
Charles says, back in the serial killer shack, right? I guess that's your room. Blink if you are in danger. Oh, man. So the next event coming up for them, we'll plug it real quick, and then we'll get on to one of these 3 movies that we're going to get to. Hopefully we'll get to all 3. And
we will.
We will? He's confident that we will. If not, we'll have something to keep us going, to keep us from reviewing Hellraiser 5. So, but the next event they got, you can go to the website, the EErie Culture. Is it EErie Culture Con or EErie Culture Fest? EErie Culture Fest. Go to their page on Facebook. The next con that they're doing is a Wes Craven-ish tribute. It's got Mark Patton and Kim Myers from Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. It's got Lisa Wilcox, Dan, whatever the hell his name is, Ken Sagos.
Friend of the show, Ken Sagos.
There's another person from 4 that I can't think of.
There's 4 people from 4 for sure.
5 with our guy. Come on, man. The stunt guy. You know the guy.
Oh, Bill Perry.
He's watching. Oh my God, Bill Perry.
Bill Perry.
My brain just wasn't working.
Totally forgot he was coming again.
Well, he told us he wasn't. Zach says he is. We'll see. Then he's also in People Under the Stairs, and they have 3 people from that. They have Fool. They have just a couple other people from that. The guy gets his tongue cut off, Roach, and Jan Birch. And I'm not sure what he did in it, but that's his name is Jan Birch. He's one of my friends on Facebook. But who else? Who else is going to be there?
Latimer, man, from the program. He's going to be there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Andrew Beer.
Is that who that is? Andrew Bernarski? Because that's where I was going next. Yeah. From Texas Chainsaw, Batman. He was in Batman.
That's Latimer from the program. That's all I'll always remember.
Okay.
Starting defense, a seat at the table.
He's going to be there doing in-costume photo ops from the movie, and there's a couple other people, and there'll probably be some people added, maybe some people taken away, who knows. And it's just going to be an awesome, aside from like big cons, this is one of the better lineups I've ever seen.
Yeah, man, it's pretty good. If you're a horror person and Friday 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street person at all, man, you got to be there.
Ziggy says one of the best skull makeups is Lattimore.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard a lot of crazy things about him, and I'm going to be paired with him that weekend. So,
are you?
Yeah. Yeah, which is crazy, but we'll see how that goes. I got a feeling he's either going to be the best guest ever or the worst guest ever, because he has such a reputation, So I think that I'm kind of hoping that a lot of that stuff that we've heard about him, the negative stuff, doesn't happen. But I still secretly hope he is a little bit on the crazy side to keep us entertained all weekend.
Well, if Ken doesn't have his agent, that's who I want to be with.
Hell yeah, absolutely. BK says the look he had in his eyes with James Caan when he realized he was back on the juice.
Yeah, that's actually a very moving scene.
Yeah.
For a football
Betsy
movie.
says she's a huge Nightmare fan, but she's going to be bummed that she missed it because she's going to be busy that weekend because that's the weekend of her con in New Mexico.
Yeah, right around the corner.
Yeah, because because FaZe was like he was really looking forward to meeting Mark Patton, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be busy that weekend because he's going out there for that." With DCS is covering that. So we got 3 movies to talk about. We've seen 3 movies in 3 days. I think it was I seen them within 3 days, right?
I did.
You did. So I probably did too. But nevertheless, we've seen Sinners. We've seen The Ugly Stepsister. And we've seen Until Dawn.
Yep, and you got them in the right order.
Yeah, that's the order I seen them in. Yep. And I just seen Until Dawn last night.
Nice.
DCS reviewed it on Monday, and I fell asleep, so I didn't get too much of their.
Good.
Yeah, I didn't get spoiled, and I didn't get spoiled. But when I watched the movie, I dozed off a couple times because I've just been running like crazy. So I listened to their review to patch the holes of anything I might have missed, but I didn't miss anything.
No. I'm really, we're going to do that one last, but I'm still very curious to see.
We're going to do Sinners last, and there's a reason for that. And you'll figure it out when it happens.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to do that one first because it's old news by now.
I know, but there's a reason why I got to do it later.
Well, let's do Until Dawn first then.
We can do that.
Yeah.
And then we'll do Ugly Stepsister in the middle since we're probably the only 2 people in this whole room that's seen it.
Yeah.
All right, so Until Dawn. What was your anticipation on Until Dawn?
It was my number 1 most anticipated horror movie of the year.
And for me, I was kind of, this looks kind of cool.
Well, I don't
know anything about the video game.
Right.
And you played the video game, right?
Played the shit out of it.
And see, that's the thing. Everybody on the DCS, none of them had played it. And I don't think anybody in the comments even played it.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
It was the multi-platinum video game.
Well, some people miss some shit. But so we didn't have the perspective of what a guy would feel about the movie that had played the game.
Interesting.
So this is going to be interesting for the people in the comments that watch their review. and we're going to do this as spoiler free as possible because there's people in the comments that haven't seen either one of these movies yet, and a certain somebody threatened to fly out to Cleveland if I spoil these two of these movies for her. So we're going to save her that plane ticket, not spoil it. But so
Sinners will probably have spoilers. It's 2 weeks old by now.
Yeah, but she hasn't seen that, so we're gonna still try to keep that under wraps. And if you do have to say something, we'll tell her to get the hell out of here at that point. Right. That's another reason why it's last.
Okay.
All right. So, but anyway, so back to Until Dawn. So, how was it compared to the game?
The premise, the basic thing, it's like a horror movie Groundhog Day. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like the game.
Okay.
It's a different story. It's not the same characters. The game takes place in the snow, like up on a remote house during a snowstorm.
Okay.
This is in a rainstorm on flat land.
Right.
So I mean, you're still
there was a scene at the end of the movie where they showed the cabin in the snow as like a Easter egg.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So that must have been what that was about.
That's absolutely what that was.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, I mean the basic like setup is the same, but the story is different. Now, I've had people say that they wanted just a straight
rip off of the game.
Yes, that's what they wanted, and they didn't like the movie because it wasn't like that. I disagree completely.
Yeah.
Because
so what I would have wanted, not even seeing it, is I would have wanted it to be like the game, but not exactly the game. I played the game.
This has enough tie-ins and Easter eggs to the game that it makes sense. Especially that iconic like hourglass. And it's so funny. I used to use hourglass, man. I wish I still had that thing because it'd been like perfect for this, you know.
Rob, yes, we are live this time. We had to do a pre-recorded review because Leslie couldn't go live with us when she came on for her interview, and also because we were doing that con, we weren't going to be around. So I figured since she's actually at the con, there's no better time than to put that out than we did.
In fact, last week when our show aired, the pre-tape show last week, I was sitting in the theater watching Until Dawn.
And I was picking up Leslie Hoffman from the airport.
So
among others.
So it was similar enough in concept to the game where it was loyal to it, but it was its own unique story. It's different than the story from the game.
Are you familiar with the director David Sandberg?
It sounds very familiar.
He did Shazam, both of the Shazam movies.
Now, yeah.
The second one. But the first Shazam movie was great. It was one of the better DC movies. I really liked it. I heard that the second one fell off, but now that most of the effects in this, which there was a lot of cool gore effects, I guess it says on the internet that he used mostly practical effects.
Yeah, the scenes with the slasher killer, you can tell. Those are good. Yeah.
So you got the same group of people getting killed multiple times. I mean, that's that's what that is. So that's not a spoiler. For me, I thought Clover, the main actress, I thought her name was fucking retarded, and I didn't want to hear it ever again. Why did you name her that? That's just a dumb name. Maybe a minor detail that shouldn't have bothered me as much as it did, but they said it every 2 seconds.
I agree.
I didn't even know the rest of the cast names because they barely said it, but Clover, oh my God, I got beat over the head with her name.
Yeah, it was a stupid name.
Yeah.
If you name your kid Clover, I hope you step on Legos or something.
Right.
All night when you go to pick up this.
Every time you get up to use the bathroom, you're walking on Legos.
Yeah. No, and the big tie into the game was Peter Stormare, and it makes sense.
And he was an actor in the game and in the movie?
Yeah.
Now, which character was he in the movie?
Dr. Hill.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, yeah.
Peter Stormare, he's been in so many things.
I've seen him around.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know his name.
Most famously from the Coen brothers' Fargo, which is a phenomenal movie.
Absolutely.
Most famous, him and Steve Buscemi together. What a pair.
Yeah.
Oh God, what a duo. But no, he was great in this, and he ties in perfectly to it, even though he's a different character in the game and in the movie. I'm glad that they cast him in the movie. Makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. And Rami Malek was in the game.
Yes.
Right? And they had a little Easter egg with a picture of him in the movie, so that was cool.
Him and Hayden Panettiere is the other famous person who wasn't famous yet that got famous later that was in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, her and Rami Malek were the two that broke out.
So this was before Heroes? Hayden Panettiere was pretty...
I don't know. She was the lead person in the game. Rami Malek was just a side character in the game.
Yeah, because she
was not famous.
She didn't remember the Titans, but she was a little girl in there. And then
that doesn't count.
Whenever it's a big movie, dude.
But you're not the lead. She's not famous.
Yeah, but she was the lead in Heroes.
Never watched it.
Yeah. 2015. Yeah, the game came out in 2015, but I don't know when Heroes came out.
Before that, Heroes was probably around 08, 09. Just taking a guess.
Ziggy says Lebowski. Why does he say Lebowski?
Peter Stormare's in Lebowski.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Who was he in that?
One of the nihilists.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
Cut off your Johnson.
All right. And so did this movie live up to your expectations?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. All right.
I'll tell you why.
Go ahead. Tell me why.
I'll just do my 3 and 3. So that's what I do for new releases. I'll do the my 3 favorite things first. And I've already mentioned 2 of them. But yeah, my number 3 favorite thing about Until Dawn is the fact that they made the multiple genre angle work, and they actually did. We have a slasher in this. It's a slasher for about 20 minutes. Then we have psychological thriller elements all throughout it. We even paranormal, have paranormal, and it's even a zombie movie in a couple scenes.
Yeah,
and it worked. Like all that worked because every day they wake up, it can be different. It's like I said, it's horror Groundhog Day.
Yeah,
and that's what it feels like playing the game too. Because
I'm gonna buy the game since it's on PS5 and check it out
for free. It's free. Like if you get the
Game Pass and shit like that, I don't have it.
Yeah, it's the original PS4 game's free on something. I'll look into that later. But yeah, I like that they did the multiple genre thing and made it actually work because it did. My number 2 favorite thing are the tie-ins and the Easter eggs to the game. As a big fan of the game, I appreciated them, and they didn't beat you over the head with it. It was just enough to remind you what it was. The only thing that was pretty blatant is the hourglass and the clock, because that's on the cover of the fucking game.
Yeah.
But that's the signature, that's...
You had to have that in there.
Yes.
You like having a Resident Evil movie without zombies.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's just right, though. It's a very nice, icon to attach to the icon is the hourglass. The little gimmick I tried for a while didn't really work out. So, but it worked out better for them, apparently. And my number 1 favorite thing...
It did work out, but we'll talk about why it worked out.
And my number 1 favorite thing about it is Peter Stormare. He's not only a phenomenal actor, perfect for this. Again, having him in this, it didn't shoehorn him in either. He was just right for the part.
Now, was his character in the game similar to his character in the movie?
In some ways, yes. In some ways, no. I don't want to spoil the game.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. I don't care about spoiling the movie. I don't want to spoil the game. The game's more fun because it's replayable and you can put hours and hours and hours into it and play it over and over and have different results. That's another reason why, and I'll get to it in a minute, why I'm glad they didn't just copy the game, because there's so many different ways to play the game. You couldn't just put it on screen and be like, here's 2 hours of this and go.
It would have been a lot more than 2 hours, I imagine.
Yeah, it was a TV show. It would have been.
Yeah.
Which might not have been a bad idea.
So maybe, right?
It might not have been a bad idea to do a TV series of this instead, actually.
So
I didn't even think about that till now.
Your 3 things you didn't like.
Yeah. Number 3 is I would have went in a different direction on who lived and who didn't survive ultimately. I won't say who did and who didn't.
Okay.
But I would have went in a much different direction, and I can't really say much more than that without spoiling both the movie and the game.
Okay.
My number 2 least favorite thing is I did not connect at all to any of the 5 main characters.
Absolutely.
And
I don't give a damn
it's
about
unfortunate.
anybody on the screen.
No, and it sucks because they're reliving the same night over and over and over. You think, like in Groundhog Day, not only Bill Murray, but all the side characters, you get to know them. And yeah, like the camera guy and Andy McDowell and the guy, ooh, watch that first step. It's a doozy. Needle Nose Ned with the puddle. Even him, his personality showing more and more every time.
Yeah.
So
but I don't necessarily know if that's a bad thing.
It's a bad thing.
I'll get into that more when I get my grade. But
it's a bad thing in this movie, I think. And in the game, all the characters have their own unique personalities, and there's one character in particular in that game. And each time you play the game, it's a different outcome. There's 8 characters in the game. Mm-hmm. At the end of the night, all 8 can survive. At the end of the night, none can survive, or 7 or 6 or 5 or 4 or 3 or 2 or 1. There's so many different ways to go about it. And when I first played the game, I liked some characters more than others. Some were just whatever, but there was one in particular. I won't say if it's male or female, anything. But I'm just like, as long as this person survives, I'm satisfied. Because I tied myself to this character. I really liked them so much. And then just at the very last second, the end of the night, this character dies. And I was just emotionally upset.
Absolutely.
Because I was invested.
Right.
These characters in this movie, I had no investment in a single one of them.
Right on. So one more thing about the game, though. Do I have to play with other people, or is this a game I play by myself? Good.
Purely single player only. And my number 1 least favorite thing about this, and it's a good thing, but a bad thing.
Okay.
The good thing is that they went for an original story, but the bad thing is the story sucks.
Okay. So I sort of agree with everything you're saying. I didn't care that I didn't connect with these people because by that time I realized, okay, this is just a mindless popcorn movie. Eat your popcorn, enjoy the crazy kills, the gore, and everything's fine. It's an hour and a half of your time, hour 40 minutes, whatever it was. And it's not a deep story like Sinners was or anything like that. There's no character development. Nobody cares. And it's okay. And I wasn't mad that I didn't care.
See, I'm mad because I played the game and I did connect with those characters. One in particular.
And for me, my favorite thing about it was the kills.
They were great. They were great. But the 3 things I liked better, I liked better. More. But if I had a top 5, the kills would have been probably 4.
Yeah. And I'm not going to go into detail about the kills because there's some people that haven't seen it. There were some cool little jump scares too. You don't get that often. I wasn't mad, and I think anybody that goes out to see it, they'll really like it. And I mean, does it need to be seen in a theater? Probably not.
I recommend it.
You probably could. I mean, I like to see everything in a theater. I'm going to see The Exorcist on Tuesday. 2 weeks ago, I went to see The Shining. I see old movies at the theater all the time. I just love the theater. But
going to see Monty Python and Holy Grail for the 50th anniversary soon.
Oh, Dogma next month. I'm going to see that.
Is that 25 years on that one?
Give or take. Yeah. 20 or 25. But yeah, and so and they finally got the rights back to that. So that's going to be coming out on Blu-ray or 4K and all that stuff. So we will definitely see that. And see, Ziggy had a similar thought to what I had. Choose your own adventure in a haunted house. It's kind of what I got from it, but I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all. Let's grade this and move on. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go first on this one, and you can go first on the next one.
All right.
And it pains me to do this. I changed my mind. I initially had it lower, and then I had it higher. I still think I'm probably higher on this than most.
Yeah.
Because the stuff I did enjoy in this movie, I really did. There was so much room for improvement. But I'm still going to give it a straight B.
B? Yeah. Oh. So this will be one of the movies that you ranked higher than me. It's
I figured
a full letter grade higher than me. I'm at a C.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad about it. I'll watch it again probably. Ricky's mad that he didn't go to see it.
Oh, he'd like it. I think
he would love this movie. So, and he knows about the game too.
Yeah, this is a Ricky movie, not a Michaela movie.
Yeah. So, we were just in kind of a hurry. I had to go right after work. And of course, my alarm doesn't work when I'm going to leave work. So that sucked. I almost got there late, but I had my popcorn and stuff ordered up before I got there. So I just walked in, grabbed my stuff, got to my seat, still caught a couple previews. I caught the preview to Megan 2, which is like Terminator 2. Did you see that? I think I like it. But we'll see. We'll see.
That looks horrible, man.
It's not going to be a horror movie. It's not a horror movie anymore. It's like they totally went Terminator 2 with it.
Like the bitch is back. Like, oh my god, man.
Ziggy said he's going to see Fabio Frizzi next week, and I really would love to go to that, but I can't because I already committed to seeing The Exorcist, and I bought like 7 or 8 tickets.
So you gave it a C, huh?
Where I could easily drive up.
So a straight C for you.
Straight C in that one. Right on.
What's better, Until Dawn or Evil Dead Rise?
Well, for me, Evil Dead Rise. I like Evil Dead Rise. For you, I mean, obviously not. For JP. JP hated that.
Dude,
Rebecca said she just wanted to say hi. So hi, Rebecca. And she doesn't know if she'll like that, and I'm not sure what that is. But I imagine, I don't know. I don't know. But whatever it is, she's not sure she'll like it. So the second movie we seen, this was the second movie because we're out of order, was The Ugly Stepsister.
Yes.
And you and Crank have very similar tastes in movies a lot of times.
Yes.
You both posted about this at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to see this. This looks really cool. Blah blah blah. I really need to see this. I caught a bit of a trailer of it, and I was intrigued to say the least. I wanted to take my daughter to see this because I thought she would love it, and I still think she would love it. I will not be taking my daughter to see this.
Not yet.
I will not watch it on. There's a scene in there that is borderline pornography.
Yeah.
No, it's absolutely pornography. It's not borderline nothing. There's shit in it that I've seen. I mean, it's only a 2-minute scene, but that 2-minute scene's enough where I am not taking my 13-year-old daughter to see it.
No.
Cut that out, and I think she'd really enjoy the movie. And I'm gonna see. I know some people. Oh, she doesn't know she'll like Megan too. By the way, that's what she was talking about. I know some people that can. I'm gonna get Charles Sherrod. I'm gonna send him a copy of the movie and have him cut that out so she can watch it. He can do that. He did that with one of the movies he was showing. He did like a director's cut of it and added and took out shit. I forget which movie it was, but it was sweet, dude. It was almost like it was supposed to be that way.
Well, I'm glad that scene actually was in the film.
Oh no, it worked for the film, dude.
It does.
It's just not what I explain that to your kid, you know.
And I want to put it out there for those who don't know. This is a Norwegian film, not an American film, and people are a lot more chill about that kind of stuff over there. It's not considered dirty,
yeah,
in Europe like it is over here. So
right,
nudity is like whatever over there.
It's a telling of Cinderella from the eyes of the stepsister.
From one of them, yes.
Yes, and yeah, it was it goes a little bit earlier into the story of Cinderella, and I don't know, I just really like this movie, man. I love this movie.
Bad. I'm so bad.
I didn't going into it. I wasn't sure if I'd like it. And then somebody told me that the gore was so cool. You maybe I mentioned that. The gore in this movie isn't that there's blood spilling and all out all crazy, but there are some scenes that are hard to watch in the most beautiful way. Right?
They're realistic. They're not over the top.
Absolutely. Like there's eyeball trauma going on, and there's like she's getting a nose job, and they old school break the nose, and oh my God, you know, and you gotta just. It's hard to look, but that's what you want in a movie, right?
Fulci would have loved that eyelash.
Absolutely. There was some Fulci things going on in this for sure. And yeah, I really liked it, man. I thought the foreign language thing. I've watched foreign language movies sometimes. I watch Fulci. When I watch Fulci, I watch it in Italian. Yeah. You know, whenever I can, because I think it makes you pay attention to the movie more. And it gets when the dialogue's in the original language, it makes you feel it more. So But yeah, so if you don't like foreign language movies, I don't think you'd have as much a problem with this one because you already know the story.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? So, I mean, to an extent, you know the story, but they flip it on its head a little bit. I thought our friend Jamie from Bloody Essentials, I can't wait for her to see this because this had elements of, what's that Argento movie she just absolutely loves? Suspiria.
Yeah.
And just Italian horror in general. And she would absolutely love it.
Oh, it's a European film too. So, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't wait to see it again. But
yeah, me too. Me too.
The thing with this is they were playing it 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
And I got lucky and found a 10 a.m. showing.
And
or else I'd have never been able to see it.
I think it was the last possible day too that you could have saw it. Yeah.
They played one more night after that.
Yeah.
They played one more night.
Yeah, I saw it on Wednesday night, and I knew I wouldn't be able to do it Thursday because I was busy with con stuff.
Yep.
So
I knew I wouldn't be able to stay up too. And we were doing the draft was on Thursday too. So
right.
We were paying attention.
A lot going on that night.
But yeah, I'm so glad I ended up going to see it. That day I was doing Lyft, and I ended up doing pretty good in the morning. And then I had to get ready to start picking people up at a certain time. I had just enough time to sneak this movie in. So I texted my wife because she was off work for whatever reason. I said, hey, I'm on my way to see this movie. It's going to take me blah, blah, blah. If you're up and ready in 5 minutes, you can go with me. And she went with me. And she really liked it too. So what were your do you got a 3 favorite and a 3 things you didn't like? Let's do that real quick.
I do. But that's going to tie right into my grade. So I'd like for you to grade this one first, and then I'll hit all that.
Okay. So for me, if I was able to put this on my list, as I couldn't put Sinners on my list when we did the first top three,
right? Because it didn't come out in time.
They're going to be in this quarter when we do the halfway point list.
Yeah.
I got a feeling that these 2 movies, Sinners and The Ugly Stepsister, are going to be on my list for that. I think it's absolutely an A. I loved everything about it. There's nothing I didn't like about it. There's not. It's a perfect movie. I don't know. I don't know if it's a better movie than Sinners. I don't know if it's not a better movie than Sinners. It's just like they're real close. There's
completely different things.
Nothing I didn't like about it.
2 completely different things.
Yeah, they are. But I'm just saying, like comparing them as a whole when I'm doing my ranking. Yeah, I can't tell you one thing I didn't like about it.
So, I mean, on one hand, you have Marie Antoinette meets grim fairy tale with Fulci gore, and on the other hand, you have Chalky White and the gang get visited by vampires. You know, 2 totally different things.
Both of them are beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I enjoyed both, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me do my top 3 and bottom 3. I'm going to do the top 3 first.
Okay.
My 3rd favorite thing about The Ugly Stepsister, and it was really hard to narrow this down to 3 because I liked so many things about it. My number 3 favorite thing was the score. It really was subdued in some parts, but the parts where it needed to be there, oh God, it was perfect. It really gave a feel for the time because this is obviously a period piece. You know, it takes place. It doesn't say exactly when or where, but we know it's old Europe.
Yeah.
And the score really tied into old Europe.
Mm-hmm.
It had a French feel to it, even though I don't feel like this movie's supposed to be in France, but it had a French feel to the score, and I really appreciate it.
I speak a little French, and there was French spoken in this movie.
Yeah, okay.
Don't know why, but there was French spoken in the movie. I don't know why.
I speak a little French too, but it's just all the swear words. So, yeah, my number 3 favorite thing was the score. My number 2 favorite thing was the costume design and the set decor.
Sure.
It was so well done. And especially in period stuff, it's so hard to get that right.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I brought up Marie Antoinette too, because I think until this movie, that was the best costume design and decor I've ever seen in a period type film, which I'm a big fan of Marie Antoinette, Sofia Coppola's Marie Antoinette, and Sofia Coppola in general. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the costume design and set decor in this were just absolutely magnificent, and it should at least be nominated for Oscars in those categories. And my number 1 favorite thing about this film, and her name, I know her first name is Emily, her last name escapes me right now, the director, She had a vision for this and absolutely fucking went for it with no compromise, and I appreciate that so much because she did write the screenplay for it too.
Cool.
And I mean, she got a written by, not a screenplay by. She got the full written by credit, but we know the source material is Cinderella, although it's from a totally different lens. But she went for it, man. There was no holding back, and I did a little research on this too. And again, it's the beauty of making your film in Europe with a European production company. They let you do what you want.
And one thing to note for you guys that haven't seen this and want to see this isn't one of those cheap grabs of public domain property. They made a really good film. And you know, that being said, Screamboat, I liked it. It was fun, but it was what it was. They used Mickey Mouse to make a horror movie, and it was cheesy and everything like that. This was an actual film that the people that wrote and made Cinderella would be proud of. They would not be embarrassed by this at all.
No, unless they're total squeamish prudes.
Yeah, maybe.
Other than that, no.
Yeah, I mean, it was beautiful. It was everything about it. So the three things you didn't like about it, because there was nothing I didn't like about it.
Yeah, I'll get to that.
We're not done with that. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but again, I need to really, really stamp this, that her vision was just so intense. Like the completely unrealistic standards of beauty that especially women have to go through to be appreciated. Oh my God, man. Like if I was a woman, I'd probably appreciate that even more. But even as a man, you know, I can't relate to it firsthand, but I get it, you know, like all the shit this poor girl goes through, man, just to be appreciated.
Right.
Like,
absolutely.
Unbelievable. There's no way you could ever make another Cinderella movie through Cinderella's eyes and make it this good.
No. This is it. This is the Cinderella movie from now on.
This is. And the things I didn't like about it were the fact that I spent about 3 hours trying to come up with something I didn't like about it, and I couldn't. So it was a waste of my motherfucking time. This movie's awesome.
Right. Okay. I was sitting there thinking of like, well, maybe if he says what he didn't like, it might trigger something I didn't like. But no, okay, it was a perfect movie.
I thought for hours.
Right on.
And I just couldn't come up with anything, like even nitpicks.
So we're going to have you grade this one because we are cutting it close. We're going to have to move on. So
I thought about giving it a straight A like you. But even though I can't really find flaws in this, and I really enjoyed it, it's not exactly for me. Like, it wasn't made for me.
It wasn't made for me either.
I understand.
I just absolutely loved it.
I'm gonna go A-.
Okay.
Which
yeah,
for me,
fair.
it's the first A of the year for me, into the A territory. Nothing's hit above a B+. So right now, even though I'm going lower than you, it's still so far to this point my horror adjacent film of the year.
All right, and we have one more film to talk about tonight.
Yes,
and
we
this,
do.
I talked about super briefly, and I did give it an A then. So there's a chance that Ryan might have his second A of the year, and we'll find out. But we are talking about Sinners, directed by Ryan Coogler. This movie had a $90 million budget. It's already made $170 million. It's the biggest thing going. It's making so much money, and yeah, it's. And we have a guest to join us to talk about this movie.
Oh, that's what you're doing.
Yes.
Oh no!
Motherfucking Cross in the house. What's up, brother?
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, brother?
All right, so you've seen Sinners as well, right?
I did while I was on tour. I took off on a day off and Ubered to a movie theater, and because I was super psyched about this film. And took off and watched
previews for it for like the last year. Every time you go to the theater.
Well, JP is the vampire guy, so
right on.
I'm I'm the crappy film guy.
Well, I watched a vampire movie because of you the other night. I won't lead into any more than that, but I watched that one already. I watched that.
We got about 10 minutes here until our hour's up. But JP is going to have to cut out of here soon because he's going to do the live on his Cinenerds podcast. It'll be on. Do you run on YouTube and Facebook or just YouTube?
Just YouTube and then all the major podcast apps.
Yeah. Tomorrow you can listen to it, but I'm going to be on that show. We're going to be talking about our top 5 zombie movies. And me, him, and Ryan. I don't know. Did we even have any of the same? We didn't have a lot of the same ones in our top 5.
I don't think we did. I think we were all really different.
Yeah, so it was really cool. We get to talk about a lot of different stuff. So make sure you jump over at 8 o'clock to YouTube and talk about zombie movies with us. And that's pre-recorded, but he's going to be in the live chat, and I'll be in the live chat, and well, maybe Ryan will jump in the live chat. Who knows?
And coming up, your Ryan is actually going to do some episodes with us. So
I heard, and that's what he was talking about. This vampire movie he had to watch for you. He texted me about it. He didn't say much.
Vampire Western.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, see, and if that ain't a JP movie,
actually,
I don't know what it is.
Vampire Western comedy.
Right. So, as a music guy, as a musician, what did you think about the music in Sinners?
So, this is my thing with Sinners, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this all out here.
Yeah, okay.
Love the music, the score, the music, top notch. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
The film itself, I think the reviews that are coming out for this film, I think are too high for this film.
Right.
The film's great. Don't get me wrong. This film is great. However, this film is way overhyped. It's beautifully shot. The film drags. The film, it takes too long to get from the beginning of the film to where you even see a fucking vampire. And
that part was okay for me because the first 2/3 of the movie, it's like a whole different movie. And then just like From Dusk Till Dawn, where all of a sudden there's a vampire movie. You know, we got a heist movie into a vampire movie. And then this one, we got like gangster flick and, you know, turn it into a fucking,
But again, you said it right there, and all the people reviewing this film are, this is the most original, creative horror film in years, and you just said it. Similar to From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's been 30-something years since From Dusk Till Dawn.
All those people that say it's the most original horror film in years, I guess they didn't see Oddity last year.
Mm-mm.
So. Yeah, no, Oddity was the most original horror film forever.
For a long time, I think. So.
Definitely since Let the Right One In.
Zigzag's welcome to my iceberg, boys. Oh no, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was like I said it's the best vampire movie I ever seen.
No.
And it's the second time in a couple months that I said that because I said that about Nosferatu.
Nosferatu is better than this, dude.
Yeah, I disagree. I disagree.
Wow.
They're both A's. They're both A's to me.
One of them is. And it ain't this one.
It ain't this one. So you will not be giving out your second A. Spoiler alert.
No. And I'm glad JP said what he said because it's right on. I did like this movie. I think it was good, but this is not like the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's not.
No.
Yeah,
no. For me, it's a pretty high recommend, but it's just not good as it's just not as good as it's being portrayed.
Oh
no, it's absolutely a recommendation. I think everyone should see it.
Some of the things I really liked about it though is I liked the Annie, the character Annie. It's just so you never see the main girl in the movie, and I don't know if it's debatable. She's the main girl or Haley Steinfeld's the main girl, but being like a bigger chick, you know, like girls, you know, like it represented that body type for women that are like that. I'm sure they had to feel good about it. And she was a great actress too in it. She really did a real good job.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. And I mean the acting in this film was great. And I love Michael B. Jordan.
He was awesome.
And the director, I can't think of his name.
Right.
But I mean he's who brought us Creed, you know. So I love Creed.
And Black Panther as well.
I'll just real quick rattle off my 3 favorite things.
Okay.
Number 3 is the setting. I love like rural period stuff.
Yeah.
Again, it's Boardwalk Empire in the sticks.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Number 2, we already talked about not the score, but the music. The
Yeah,
score was okay. I
liked
the score. I loved the music difference.
Mm-hmm.
way more into the music than the score. Score was fine. Score for Ugly Stepsister was better.
Speaking of the music, though, that you had you had a couple cool cameos from musicians. Saul Williams, who played the preacher. You're familiar with Saul Williams, right? Nobody?
Sounds very familiar.
He was in Oz as an actor, but he's like the coolest thing that ever happened to hip hop. If you go check out his album's called Amethyst Rockstar, and it's like, if you're familiar with slam poetry, like they do in clubs and stuff, it's like that over beats, and it's fucking amazing. Amethyst Rockstar, check it out. And Jay-Z's best song he ever did. It's a Kanye song with Jay-Z. Jay-Z has his best verse ever, and Saul Williams is on it too. The song's called Never Let Me Down, and he's just amazing. And then my boy Kingfish, Chris Stone Ingram, he was the fat kid at the end of the movie. I've known the dude on Facebook for since he was 10. So that's awesome. And of course, Buddy Guy's little cameo is cool.
Yep, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. And my number one favorite thing about this is Delroy Lindo as Delta Slim. That's lead for the best supporting actor so far this year.
You texted me as soon as you got out of the theater.
As soon as I got out, what did I say? I said Delroy Lindo, best supporting actor. He's phenomenal in this. The three things I didn't like, real quick: Michael B. Jordan turning into Rambo at one point, I thought was fucking stupid. I know why they did it, but it's just, and I'm the most liberal guy ever, but that was woke bullshit. Number two, it was. Number two, it ran too long. JP was right about that. And number one, I get what the whole thing, but the religious overtones, they weren't undertones, were too strong for me. This is a B, and I'm done.
Okay. So Ziggy says masterful storytelling devolves into Bad Boys at the end. This credit scene was awesome. He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. Oh, jeez. All right. So what would you grade this? Because I know you got to get out of here in 2 minutes.
It's fine. Everything Ryan just said is exactly how I feel about this film.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are right on the money with this, too. I think he's right with you.
Yeah, and honestly, I landed completely at a solid B as well.
Right, and a B movie from some critical guys like you is not a bad score by any stretch of the imagination.
No, it's a good movie. It's just overrated.
Yeah,
I think if this film if it had tightened up the beginning a little bit, and I'm not saying much. I mean, you tightened it up 10 minutes and get us to the vampires, give us a little more gore,
absolutely.
Take a little bit of the action, the Rambo stuff out.
Yeah,
this would be a solid A.
Yeah, this is more like a Marvel movie than your classic horror movie to me.
Yeah.
And if there was one thing I didn't like, it was that these guys are going down there to open a club. They buy the club that day. They set up the club that day, and they open the club that fucking day. That'll never happen in a million years. I mean, we don't even have phones or internet. How did you get people to come?
Imagine
in that quick of a time. Come on.
Imagine if it took them 2 days to set up the club. How much longer the movie would have been? It's already 2 hours and 17 minutes or something.
Yeah, I didn't need to see 10 minutes of them going to buy fish.
Yeah.
That happened.
that did happen.
Oh man. Oh Jesus Christ. I don't know. I loved it. It's my first or second favorite movie of the year. I'm thinking it's my second favorite. I think The Ugly Stepsister was that good. I have to bump this down actually. I think Ugly Stepsister. You get a chance to watch it, JP, watch that.
So
I'll check it out.
It's in a different language. It's going to be on Shudder. If you don't have Shudder, I'll get you my password so you can watch it. And when it comes on there. But been an hour, so we're going to wrap this up. You got to go over the YouTube.
What was your grade? I didn't catch your grade. What was your grade?
I said an A.
Okay, I didn't hear yours.
This guy, I graded it last week.
Oh, okay.
Because I had seen it in Ryan Hatton, so I just made a real quick blurb about it. Because we're doing everything in our power.
I was on tour, so I missed it last week.
Right. Yeah, we're doing everything in our power to avoid continuing our Hellraiser series. So we made it through 4, and these movies have gotten progressively worse, and I'm really afraid of what 5 is going to bring. So,
I can't believe you don't like Bloodlines, Hellraiser in space.
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it, but I'm not going to tell you it's a good movie. I can't tell you it's a good movie. Same with 3. I didn't hate 3. There was a lot of things I liked about 3. I'm not going to tell you it's a good movie. 1 and 2 were classics.
I'll go ahead and tell you the rest of that you're going to watch goes downhill, and then the remake gets better.
It comes back up a little bit. Yeah, I imagine it would. Yeah, I imagine it. So, anywho, so we're going to wrap this up. Thanks for coming on and giving us your thoughts of Sinners. So we had our little run in there. That was awesome. Go to YouTube right now. Cine Nerds.
Right
Top
now.
5 zombie movies. And on that note, Ryan, you got anything to say?
Thanks, everybody that met us at EErie Culture Fest last week and for tuning in tonight. And we'll see you next week. And until then, the neighborhood is gone. There it goes.